Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com and enjoy the following presentation.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, very good, good, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for taking time to do this interview.
Oh, it's no problem, it's a pleasure.
Oh, awesome. Well, of course, we're here to talk about the brand new album from Satan, Cruel Magic, which is coming out the 7th of September through Metal Blade Records. I've gotten the chance to be able to check out this album over the last week and a half, and I absolutely love it from start to finish. Everything about this album is just what I was really hoping to hear from the band in 2018, and you guys just absolutely nailed it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, not a problem. So, with that said, how did the songwriting process begin for Cruel Magic?
It's kind of, we never stopped writing, so it was basically written from after we came out of the studio, after recording Atom by Atom. We just kept writing, you know. And we seem to have spent a little bit more time, especially with the lyrics on this one, and we also like the first song on the album, Mouth of Eternity. That was basically written and put together as a song for Atom by Atom, and it didn't make it on the record because we didn't feel it was finished. It needed some changes, and we changed a lot of the lyrics around and stuff. So yeah, it's just the process. We're not finding it difficult at all to just produce new material. It's still a lot of fun for us.
Oh, and I'm glad to hear that too. I mean, when you're in a band, especially in 2018, I mean, you want to be able to write music that you want to write and have fun while you're doing it, and, you know, hopefully a fan base will be there, but most importantly, you just want to make sure that you're going to be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah. We're very happy with this. There's no doubt about that. We felt on this one that we wanted to go back. Although we've had a lot of success with Life Sentence and Atom by Atom, people still keep going back and referring to Caught in the Act as the big groundbreaking great album, you know. And so we took a little bit of that on board this time, and sort of didn't rely on a lot of studio time to record. Practiced a lot more together, and about half the album, some of them are first takes. The band just played the music in the first take, you know. And we wanted to really capture that feeling of like spontaneity, not like we'd gone into a studio and spent a whole day putting a track together, you know, like bands do tend to do a lot of these days. This was very just go in, and if we play the song through and it has a good vibe, then that's the way it's left. On some songs, if you listen carefully enough, you can hear little mistakes that have been left in because we didn't repair much of anything at all when we recorded it. It was basically a performance, a live performance kind of, but in the studio, of course. Yeah.
And I really love that approach with it as well. You know, it's just it has more of that human and authentic feel to it when you are able to do you know, just like a practice before you get into the studio, you know, like half the album being a first take, and if there is an occasional mistake on there, like a missed cymbal hit or a wrong bent note or whatever the case is, that's fine because it adds more authenticity to it.
Yeah, I mean, when we recorded Caught in the Act, you know, people keep going back and telling us how great that album is, but to us, that was a nightmare because we had such little time in the studio and lack of money that the album was basically, if we could play a song from start to finish and it didn't fall apart, that was the take that went on the album. That was basically how that album was written, you know. And I think back in the day there was a few other bands at the time, I can't remember which ones, but we remember hearing the same kind of thing from other bands, and it sounded so exciting to listen to because you could feel the tension of them playing and trying to get it right because they didn't have any time, you know, and stuff like that. And I think it gives the music the excitement, especially like the way it's played live, you know. And that was important to us, and I think we captured that really well on this album.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to hear how these new sounds will sound live. I mean, you know, if it's sounding this great you know, just like from most of the album being in one take. I mean, I can't wait to see where it gets even tighter in a live setting.
Yeah, well, it'll only get tighter, you know. They feel really good to play because they're written like that and they were recorded like that. They feel easy to play live than some of other material that we've recorded, you know, because that's the way they were put together. A lot more, you know, backing behind guitar solos and stuff like that. You know, where normally you would go in and put a rhythm track down and stick the solo over the top. So sometimes the solos were played during the song, lead parts and lead breaks and just little things like that. We're very much a band that doesn't like using many overdubs and stuff. Sometimes we'll use a big vocal part as an effect, but it's all recorded by us. Generally the music, there's not a lot that we do to it at all. It's the drum sound is exactly Sean's drums that he played. There's no extra samples put on anything or clicky bass drum or anything like that. You know, it's all just pretty much the way it is when we're in the rehearsal room.
So, with that said, when it came into your part in recording the album, what kind of setup did you use?
I used the 5150 combo, 100 watt combo, and nothing else, just straight through, just straight into that, straight into a microphone, straight on the album. Any effects on any lead breaks or anything were put on in the mix. So I didn't even use any effects or anything. I just plugged into an amplifier, got a tone, and then just went for it. So very much no messing about, you know.
Absolutely, and it shows a lot of what you're capable of too. I mean, just like going straight in with a 5150 and getting that amazing tone that shows up on the album. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, we used to use Marshalls. I started using a 5150 in the 90s. It's just. I like the tone because you get a bit more bottom end than you do out of a Marshall, but yeah, we're really happy with it. The guy that we used to record, he tends to be able to. In the past, we've got so many records where you can hear your guitar sound and you can't replicate it on a record. And we feel like with the guy that we've used for the last 3 Satan albums in the little studio we use in Newcastle, he has the equipment in the ears to be able to listen to the tone of your guitar and then record it the way it sounds instead of actually changing the tone or the sound as it goes to the desk, you know. And we're very happy with that. That's why we haven't changed for the 3 albums.
And with that, I mean, with including Cruel Magic, I mean, how do you feel about like getting back together as Satan over these last 3 albums and, you know, just being able to progress now, so late now in 2018, how does it feel to be able to still be at the top of your game like this?
We're very surprised. We thought by now something would have went wrong, but it's going really well. You know, we dreamt, we were together for 10 years as a band with different singers and stuff in the 80s, and everything we're doing now is what we dreamed of, you know, going to America and going to Japan and South America and all these big festivals, playing with Iron Maiden and stuff. It's just unbelievable, you know. So we feel very blessed and we're very happy to be doing it, yeah.
And with that, I mean, harkening back to the beginning of the band and now looking at shows that you're doing now, how has the live show experience changed for you in that time?
Well, obviously we're more confident and stuff, and we're playing to a lot bigger audiences. And I think when the band started, in the new wave of British heavy metal towards the tail end of that, I think when we came along, we were too different to the other new wave of British heavy metal bands, you know. We were a little bit more progressive, and I think people didn't like that. We were trying to push the boundaries and change things a bit. And I think now, obviously, people appreciate what we were doing back then. Now they understand where we were coming from, and I think we get that appreciation. And in our live shows, we can really see people enjoying what we do, you know.
Yeah, and it's so great to be able to have these different eras of the band where you can really show that off. I mean, just the more progressive eras of the new wave of British heavy metal, but now being able to have even more of an established sound now. I mean, since getting back together with these last 3 albums, knowing exactly what you're looking for and being able to have that confidence in playing live with that sound.
Yeah, it's very much like that. The reason we split up in the first place back in the 80s after we made Caught in the Act was because people were making us doubt ourselves, and so we got bad press for the first album, and I think we took that on board and it affected us, and that's why we tried to change things. And now we're very confident in what we do. We love what we do, and we know it's good, because we're older now. We've got better heads on our shoulders. We understand that it's about what you believe in and not what other people think.
Absolutely. I mean, of course it's great to be able to get a fan base that's going to be there to support you with the albums that you make, but if you don't have that drive and passion yourself for the music that you're making, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. Then you really should be doing it for the right reasons as well when you're making music that's going to mean something to you.
Yeah. I think, when you're young kids, when we started the band, we were 15 years old. And when we recorded Caught in the Act, I think I was only 17, turning 18 when it came out. And I think when you get bad press and you really look towards the presses, especially in England, and all the Kerrang magazine was the big thing in England, and we'd read that from when we were kids and listened to all the bands and stuff, and then they criticise you. I think it's different when you're younger. You tend to take that pretty much as we must be doing something wrong, and I think that's what we did back then. And obviously now we got back together, did a couple of shows in Germany, started writing some new material, put a demo out, and only 2 labels were interested in us, Listenable Records and High Roller, another very small label in Germany. Nobody else. And but we didn't take that as a bad thing, and we met the guy from Listenable, and he was a big fan of the band and had an idea of what he would do for the band, and it worked out really well. So we didn't take on board that, look, nobody's interested or anything like that, because we knew what we had was special,
Oh, absolutely. So, also with that said, with the new album coming out, how does it feel now to be a part of Metal Blade to be able to get this release out?
It's fantastic, it's the biggest label the band's been on, and we're looking forward to working with them. They have a much bigger setup than Listenable. We were very happy with Listenable, and it was a very hard decision to leave them. But especially for us in the States, we can see we were doing quite well for a small band in the States, and we thought if we have a label that can really back up what we're doing over there, then that would be better for us, because Listenable don't have any real strong foothold over there.
Yeah, and Listenable does have some amazing bands attached to the roster, both past and present, and it was great that you were being able to be a part of that. But with being able to establish yourself even more now with Satan, and just like you said, just being able to have that promotion, be able to get the name out a little bit more here in North America. It would be great to be able to see you guys come over here and really be able to properly promote this album. Yeah. We're coming over, and we've got some shows booked in October. Straight after the album's released, we thought we were going to go and play in North America. And maybe this time we plan to go, and normally we've done the West Coast and then the East Coast, or the East Coast and the West Coast, and this time we plan to do shows right across, and then hopefully go back again and do more later next year. Oh, that makes me so happy to hear that too. Anytime that you guys are able to come over here, it's such a cool feeling knowing that you guys are finally able to put on some amazing shows out here, and the fact that there's a chance of more than one tour hitting here for an album cycle. That's so cool to hear that. Yeah, we feel
we felt so welcomed since we started playing in America that we feel that it's kind of become our favourite place, you know. So we really, and it's because it's such a big place, we feel like we can come over and do a couple of tours, you know, before the next record.
And with that in mind, I mean, just like you said, the first single from Cruel Magic was Leftover from Atom by Atom, which wasn't completely finished yet. So is that the case for any songs that might be happening during the writing session this time around?
I don't think so. We've got a few riffs and ideas, but no, we haven't got any finished songs. Like Mouth of Eternity was actually finished as a song, and then we just sort of dismantled it and put it back together again. The B-side of the single as well was a song that was written for the last album, and again it was a lyric change and some other bits changed to it, you know. But no, we'll be starting roughly from scratch with a few riff ideas and stuff till the next one. So
and that's,
see what happens.
Yeah, and that's a great thing too. You know, it's just like you finally use so much of the material that you had going on for these writing sessions, and then by the time that it gets into the next writing session, I mean, you'll be able to start it on with a clean slate and be able to progress from there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's sometimes it's good as well to get it all out of the back of your head, the ideas that you've got, and start again, because it's a fresh canvas, you know.
Oh, very much so. So, you know, with that in mind, I mean, being able to come back over here and play the States, hopefully multiple times for this album cycle, what is it like for you being able to play these songs that you wrote so early in your career, mixed in with these brand new songs off this brand new album?
It's unbelievable that they actually fit in, okay? It's great to think that we wrote some songs that long ago, like 35 or whatever years ago, and they still sound okay today, you know. It's really good to know that they've stood the test of time. It doesn't sound like old music, really, you know. As I said, we were quite progressive as a band back then anyway, so I think that's helped.
Oh, very much so. And music has changed so much since that time too. I mean, pretty much any style of music that you're looking for, it's going to be out there in some way, shape, and form. But that's what I've always appreciated about Satan as well. You know, it's just like you were able to have these roots from the beginning, but you were still, you know, like through multiple breaks and stuff like that, you know, able to get back together and, you know, just like 3 unbelievably solid albums in a row with this current formation of the band, and, you know, just being able to show off what you're capable of here, and, you know, keep that great name of Satan intact. Yeah,
it's been a great experience to be able to do it all, and so we're just so lucky that we've had the chance to do it.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm loving so much about Cruel Magic, and, you know, it's just, I love the fact that Metal Blade was interested in Satan and want to be able to help promote this as much as he can, and hopefully with that all working out, and the touring aspect as well, being able to get the name out there and the promotion, and just getting people who maybe a little bit familiar or not familiar, or diehard fans just coming out to see you guys live, picking up Cruel Magic, and just seeing what you guys are capable of here in 2018, and I'm assuming with touring 2019 as well.
Yeah. We've already started booking for next year. We've tended in Europe to just do a lot of festivals so far, and not a lot of like real touring, you know, headline shows and stuff. And we're going to try and put that right on this album and go out there and do some headline shows in different countries, especially in Germany. I think we've only played one headline show in Germany, and the rest of it's all been festivals. So that's the next plan, is to start doing that, you know, get a few little runs together in Europe.
And with that in mind, I mean, what is it like for you for like the positives and negatives between doing the festival shows as compared to doing headlining shows?
Yeah, at a festival, it's a kind of, sometimes it's good, especially when if the band's a new band and you're trying to get out there to a lot of people, you know, because it's obviously it's going to be a lot more people than you would pull in a headline show. But then there's the equipment is not your own equipment. You don't get a decent sound check. It's never right on stage when you perform. It's pot luck whether you can hear what's going on or not, and stuff like that. So it has its downsides. And the upside of doing headline shows is that you've got total control of what's going on, and everyone that's there is a big fan of your music, you know. And it's a better feeling all around, I think, for a show to do. I'd rather do a small headline show than a big festival.
Oh yeah, and I can totally see that too. And it's gotta be a great feeling, you know. It's just like when you're doing that headlining show, like all these people are coming out just to be able to see you guys play a longer set, and you're able to show off, you know, all the eras of Satan, and just you know, from like the humble beginnings to where you guys are now, and just knowing all these people are coming out to see you.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool.
Oh, absolutely. And I think with that, I think that's a fantastic note to end on. Thank you so very much for taking this time to be able to talk to me about everything going on in the world of Satan right now, and of course talking about the brand new album Cruel Magic, which is coming out the 7th of September through Metal Blade. I absolutely love this album. It's going to be one of my favorite albums at the end of the year. I highly recommend anyone that appreciates this style of music to go and pick this up, because it is just a fantastic 10-track killer release that I think everyone should be able to check out, and I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much, Josh. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, not a problem. Before we wrap things up here, is there anything else you'd like to mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
No, not really. Just please, if there's anyone out there that hasn't heard the band yet, just give it a listen. You know, sometimes the name puts people off. The name Satan. We're not a satanic black metal band.